Hello and welcome to the last in our summer wellbeing series. I know it's slightly into autumn, but I think we can keep that summery feeling. My dear friend, Dr. Amrita Sen Mukherjee and I, both portfolio GPs who also coach and deal a lot in the wellbeing world, wanted to put together a series of short chats dealing with different topics about wellbeing, particularly in this time of the pandemic.
Hi, thank you, Sarah, for that amazing introduction. Yes, we are here with our last in the series of our summer wellbeing short snippets, and we're going to be talking about growth today. What does growth mean to you? How important is it to you? And actually, do we pay attention to it? Do we actually pay attention to our own personal growth? Do we really look back on where we've come from over the last 10 years and what we've done, who we've become, how we've changed? And when we think about our future selves, do we pay attention to, and are we mindful of how we want to change and who we want to become, and where we want our journey to go? These are questions that are often in my mind and often questions that I talk about when I'm coaching people. And I wonder how mindful people are of these questions. So Sarah and I just wanted to talk about that today, to end the summer wellbeing series as we move into new territories as the world is changing around us.
Absolutely. And I think it's very common to have feelings of discomfort that when you really get down to it, it comes to feeling stunted in your personal growth. You might feel bored, distracted. You might be ending up doing stuff that really is of no value to you and doesn't sort of fill you with joy or fill up your energy, or feels like it's not actually meeting what you feel like you would like your purpose to be. Are you spending tons of time on social media, but actually you'd really love to be gardening or giving something back in forms of charitable giving? It's all different for everybody. There is no right answer to this. And I think what Amy and I really want to bring up the topic for is to go, how can you introduce some time in your life to think about your personal growth? What might that look like, and where would you like it to take you?
Yeah, absolutely. Really, really important question, Sarah. And I think the one thing that I always think about for myself personally, and when I'm talking to others, especially my friends and family, is, does this activity give you joy? Do the thoughts that you're having, does this pastime actually give you some sense of fulfillment, or is it a mindless activity? And mindfulness is something that's becoming quite on trend at the moment. People are learning more about it because of the benefits of mindfulness. So actually being mindful of the activities that we're partaking in, and not just doing things for the sake of doing things, actually can be really, really beneficial in our own personal growth. Doing things that we're really interested in, that we can have connection with other people, and whether it be over Skype, over Zoom, having people in the garden, because you're actually enjoying that connection with people, you're actually enjoying that activity with people, but also you're getting something from it as well. So just thinking about what's important to you, what your own values are. We talked about values around our identity series. So just thinking about what gives you that personal growth, and where that can take you, can be really, really valuable to our everyday enjoyment, but also to our future enjoyment too.
Absolutely. And I think one exercise I find helpful, again, for me as well as for other people, is, write it down. Because if you write stuff down, you're committing to it more and you're owning that. For example, if you're meeting your needs, and this week we're focusing on growth, what would that look like in a week? What do you need? And be really specific, put them into columns. Okay, I need to give my body good nutrition. I need to do that every day. I want to do this form of exercise. How often? I would like to spend time doing something that gets me into that really relaxed flow state. And again, we all have our own versions of that. And how often would you do that? And then look at that and have a think about what needs to change and commit to it. Put it up in your kitchen so that other people can see what you need for your body and what other people need for well-being. Model it for other people, and then pick a time that you're going to start doing it. So I guess this is our kind of, as we get to the end of the series, it's our call to action and how are you going to actually do this stuff we've been talking about?
Yeah, hugely important. So how are we going to look after our own well-being? What does well-being mean to you? Is it growth? Is it looking at your identity? Is it about understanding what you have control over, what you don't have control over? Is it about thinking of the things that you are feeling overwhelmed about? It's all these different topics that we have been talking about, and obviously making sure that we're not feeling fatigued, and if we are, making sure that we're mitigating and having coping strategies around that. So Sarah and I really hope that you've enjoyed the series that we've put out for you. If you'd like to get in contact with either one of us, we would absolutely love to hear from you. We'd love to hear any feedback that you might have, and I'm just going to hand it over to Sarah to close, but it's been an absolute pleasure working with Sarah through this series. We will have either an autumn winter series coming up, and we've been talking about that, so we're really excited about having that coming up too, but looking forward to seeing you all and hearing from you.
Fab. And I think to end on, I think we'd really love to hear from you all, because we've had lots of positive feedback, which is just so great. We'd love to hear other topics. What of our series has really struck a chord for you, and what one thing might you do differently to look after yourself as a result of either today's one or any of the other? I'd love to know, and let's get a conversation going. So thank you so much for listening. We're really honoured that you have, and we'll be back soon, I think is the way to end. So thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, get in touch. And that's bye from us.
Take care.